Most people treat business like it's checker. They jump fast, they move quick, they grab wherever they can. But people who win, they play chess. You always seen people online saying, "Oh, this guy's playing chess and you're playing checker." Checker is short term. It's about grabbing what's right in front of you. That's why a lot of business broker, burn out. They chase one lead at a time, hoping that it works, and they just grab, 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 grab. They grab whatever lead that they can. That's what most business brokers do. They go like, oh, if a lead is interested in selling with me, great. Let me just grab that lead. Oh, you have terrible business. Oh, but you still want to sell. Let me grab that. Oh, you don't make any money. Okay, great. Let me just still grab that and try to make that work for you. That's why a lot of business brokers fail because they try to grab wherever they can. Chess is long term. It's about positioning yourself. It's about sacrificing for now for having more power later on. It's about setting up move that essentially just win you the entire game, okay? And the crazy thing is, most business broker don't even realize what game they are playing. They don't even know what type of an environment that they're putting themselves in. They're stressing over pennies today while ignoring the strategies that can make them millions and millions of dollars tomorrow. So, here's the truth. Here's what I want you as a business broker to ingrain in your head, okay? Every cold call you make is just playing a single checker move. But every single system that you built is a chess move. A chess move unlock infinite potential to maybe follow up with, to check the king, to win the game. But just a single checker move is quick. You don't make much effort of moving a piece of checker. You can only go so much from there. But if you say you move a horse, once you move that horse in a winnable position, you can essentially control the whole board. This is what top players do. They don't just run faster. They don't just go, oh, let me just go like this fast, 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 so that they win the game. A small game of checker quick. That's not what they're doing. They're leveraging every move. They think so much further ahead than all of us. Think of like Mark Zuckerberg. Think of like Elon Musk. If you were to go back in time 20 or 30 years and ask what vision they had in their company, they will say exactly what they have today, or even further. They might have a plan for a future 40 or 30 years ago that we don't know about. They think so far ahead to the point that every single small step or small mistake that their company made is calculated, is already accounted for. So they position themselves so that the game that they create bend in their vision and their favor. And that's exactly what you need to do. So how exactly do you do that? There are a couple ways that you can develop your chess piece instead of your checker piece. So what I mean by building a system is every single time that you create an outreach system, for example, it automatically send out outreach for you, thousands or 100 every day. That changes because it's like doing, like I said, doing cold call. If you only you can do like two, three cold call every 10 to 5 minutes, or even If you're really, really working at it, you can make 2 to 300 dial every 4 to 5 hours. But that system can make 5 to 1,000 dials, just depending on the system that you set at every 1 to 2 hours. That's the difference. Because right now, you're setting up your bishop, for example. You're putting your bishop in a very, very favorable position, and that bishop is sniping multiple targets at the same time. He can go this way, this way, and he can go 10 tiles, 6 tiles, 20 tiles, however much he want, because he has positioned himself in a favorable position where he can move as much as he want. That's what it's like to have a system. So here's the system that I really, really recommend you building. First, the first chess piece, just say it's your horse, for example. Very, very important to set up early and have it in a favorable position. It takes time to develop a horse piece because the way that a horse piece moves is just so unique. But once you have it right, it can essentially make or break your whole game. So this would be your email system. Email system take a long, long time to set up because you have to set up the server, set the right message, set up the right limit, set up whatever the account, warm up everything before you can get it running. But once you get it running and having the right list, you can target so much people, and people check their email every day, so you can get constant response just right back at you with email. Next, this will be your bishop or your rook. To set up a bishop or rook system, that would be your cold calling. It can't, it is limited in the amount it can move. So when you create a cold calling system, realistically, you can have it dial a call every 2 to 3 minutes because realistically, that's how much you can take. If they dial and someone call back, you have to pick up that phone. So when you have a cold calling system running, you can only move so much, like a bishop or a rook. They can only move diagonally or straight and this way. That has some limitation, but if you can have it set up in the right position, say you have a VA or someone that go in and check the call, you can make it a very, very proficient system. Or if you know your schedule, you know, oh, I'm free from 1 a.m. to 6 a.m., for example, then you can set up a cold calling system that cold call around that time so you can pick up the a callback. Lastly, this is the most important piece that personally I've set up for my system and I've created, which is the queen piece. The queen piece essentially create a system for SMS. This is what I've been pounding down for all of my clients every single day. Focus on SMS because that is what will make or break your whole business. Because SMS is the most powerful form of cold outreach that I've ever seen, that I've ever tested. And then essentially I can have it running 24-hour, and I can have multiple follow-up message that are set over months and years that can propose them different offer, and I can switch a phone number to create a different offer and still target the same list. That's how crazy phone number is. That's how crazy is SMS is. Because with phone number, they can recognize your voice and you're done. With email, once I've seen that email, it's hard to create another email that are like that. So, when you have an SMS system, you essentially will have a very, very powerful piece on your board. And if you were to use all of this combined together, that's essentially a checkmate right there, okay? So that's exactly what my auto seller generation course does. It gives business broker like yourself the chess strategies that it needs. So instead of chasing one client at a time, you can build a system that I've personally tailored that position you as authority and bring seller in every single month automatically. So just click the link below and just check out that course, okay? But that later.